Alright, so let's trade the Betfair pre-race horse markets. I make these videos here to illustrate one key point. If you want to be a successful trader, you have to learn the basics. You have to understand why you're making mistakes. You have to understand why the markets are moving against you. And you have to start with small stakes. Because if you cannot trade profitably with £2 stakes or £10 stakes, you will never be able to trade with £50 stakes or £100 stakes. So if you're a beginner, you have to start small and you have to understand how and why the market moves, all right? So I trade live, so I do hum and haw, and I do miss certain opportunities because trading live and recording and talking to you is difficult, okay? But I do my best to try and illustrate to you why the market moves and how it moves, okay? So we'll jump in now and do some trading. So we're at Southwell, and I've entered this trade here. On the lace side of this horse, because the price was up at the top here, and it looked like the trade was going to push through the freeze. But you know, sod's law. As soon as I did that, the price reversed, and now I'm in a huge minus. Okay, you can see that. Now at this point here, it's very, very tempting to start pounding it on the lace side and try and offset, you know, then scratch out one tick to bring the green down, and with the hope it's going to return up again. But the thing is here is, you know, there's a very good chance it might not return, okay? So at this point, you should just exit, okay? Exit the trade and start again. Ignore the red that's here, okay? Just ignore it, it doesn't matter. Because the reasoning of you entering the market 2 minutes ago, when before the trade went against you, is now very different from what's happening right now. Okay, so imagine if you do a reset here, just refresh this page here in your mind and come into this market again completely fresh, as if you're brand new. What would you do now? Okay, and then you start. Okay, because if you base the next trade based on this red value here that you are negative, you're going to keep losing because you're trying to chase the money. Just concentrate on getting the trade correct and the money will come, okay? So whenever you make a mistake like that, where you enter in and something happens and the market goes completely the other way, just reset, scratch off the trade, ignore the red negative numbers here, and just get back on the horse, right? Excuse the pun. So at this point, the price is drifting out again, and I'm going to jump in here with a £20 stake and put in my exit trades here, okay? Because I'm you know, at this point, I'm anticipating this price here is going to keep coming in, because it is the favourite, and there's still 13 minutes on the clock here, but there's £150,000 in the market already. Okay, and you can see the second favourite here is now crossing this, you know, about to cross the 6, hopefully. Okay, and our first trade is about to be filled here, hopefully. There we go, and this is the second one as well. And don't forget, now I've entered the market here again on a completely fresh slate. Okay, so that's most of our minus gone. So now I'll regroup again and look at the charts and re-enter this market again with a complete fresh mind. So you can see the price is starting to go out again, and the second one is going in again. So I'll jump on the lay side here real quick and just try and scalp out a quick couple of ticks. And again, now you can see that this has gone against me. I can either panic and start, you know, trying to fix it by entering more trades or going opposite way or whatever, or I can just sit for a minute and think about it, okay, and actually be patient and watch. I'll put a stop loss here at 2.7, so if it goes against me, then I'll just exit, okay? And again, it's not a big deal. Basically, at this point, when you're losing, when you're in the red like this, the worst thing you can do is put more trades in, okay? Because at this point, especially if you're doing it just to try and recover, if you're doing it based on what's happening in terms of the matched bets and what's happening on other horses, that's fine. But if you're doing it just to try and reduce this with no rationalization behind what you're doing, and you'll very quickly see that you are basically compounding your losses over and over and over and doubling them up. At this point, I'm just going to sit here and chill, and I'm looking for something to happen here. To either make me exit or to make me put more on, okay? And at this point, you can see there's nothing really happening. Yes, it's gone a few ticks against me, and I'm right in the middle of the range, which is not the best place to enter a trade. But there's nothing here that's telling me otherwise. So I'm quite happy to sit here and just wait. Okay. And if it hits my stop loss, it hits my stop loss. I'm not bothered because I've got 10 minutes left, and B, because that's what the stop loss is there for, to remove that emotional connection you have to the trade, so that it just exits for you. And then if it hits a stop loss, refresh your page and your mind, regroup and start again. Ignore the red and just start again as if it's a completely fresh trade. Do not let a previous poor decision have an influence on what your next trade is, because right now this trade here is very different from what it was 2 seconds ago when I entered this trade in the first place. So it's so important to understand this. So jump into a trade here, go and trade something, and then just put in a completely random trade, and then just see what happens, and try and recalibrate your brain to work like that, so that you enter a trade completely cold, without having the prejudice of what happened 5 minutes ago, or what happened in the last race, or what happened in the previous race, because it doesn't matter. Okay, it's all about you just reading the market and making logical, sensible trades. You can see now, this whole time I'm talking, nothing's happening. It's just going up and down, up and down, up and down. Okay, now you could argue that I should be scalping here, scalping to try and reduce this red here, but the thing is, that price could have kept coming in. So if I were trying to scalp that, I would basically just be doubling my losses every time. So you can see now the first one's been taken there, which is great, and there you go, that's that one taken as well. And now I can do that again, because you can see that the price is settling down here around this mark here. Okay, you can see that. But now, as we are entering, we're coming up towards the 5 minute mark, I need to rethink here and just basically start with a clean slate, I think, so that when the 5 minute mark comes up, I have a completely fresh slate. But I'll scalp out 1 or 2 more ticks if I can, and see how this goes. At this point, I can also, if I wanted to, I can bring this down here, just drop it there, and now you can see I'm back to 0. Okay, so I started off with a reasonable side loss. I was down like £1.60 or something, I can't remember now, and now I'm back to nothing. Okay, and again, imagine 5 minutes ago, when that price went against me, imagine if I'd been pounding it, bam, 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 trying to recover. By now, I would have been in a complete emotional wreck, because I would have been probably in minus 10, 15, 20 pounds, and now I'd be sitting in a huge red and worrying about what I was going to do, right? Whereas now you can see the price is starting to come in, and it doesn't matter, because I'm already out of the trade, and I'm just sitting here calmly relaxing and just trading, because it's fun, and because I'm reading the market and trying to react to it the best I can. So you can see now the price is starting to come in, and again, that just goes to show I was scalping at 2.8 and 2.7. So imagine if I started compounding that and scalp more in the meantime while I was in the red trying to recover. Right now, I'd be in a huge loss. I'd be in probably minus 10 or 15 pounds right now, because I would have put another 30, 40, 50 pounds in the market that would not have been matched. So that's why it's so important that if you do end up in the red, don't compound it. Okay, don't add more, because you become emotionally attached to it just to try and recover. You look at the other horses, look at where the money's being matched, and see what you feel is the most likely outcome. Where do you think is going to go? Okay. So at this point here, I'm going to start backing this. Okay. I'm going to start scalping the opposite way now. I'm going to start scalping downwards. Okay, so now I will pop in 3 or 4 trades like this with the global setting activated, because I feel that this horse is going to come in. Okay, because there was a good chunk of money started coming in there, and it's retracted again, but I do feel it's going to keep coming in. Okay. And this will probably be confirmed in about 30 seconds when the 5 minute mark hits and the bigger trader starts coming in. You can see here the second favourite has, or was, crossing the 6 mark there as well, which is obviously good for us. And now you can see it's starting to come in, and like I said, now I'm quite happy to put more trades in here, because things are being confirmed, right? The second favourite is crossed the 6, the third favourite is crossed the 10. This one here is just sitting around the 7 mark, is not moving at all. A huge late trade came in there for the favorite, but again, you know, I'm not going to panic. I'm not going to freak out. and I'm certainly not going to add more positions here now on the same basis as before. I'm just going to sit, chill out, and just watch what happens here. Okay. And I'll put in an exit position. There's one that's been taken already. And now what I can do is I can take these away, and I can pop in a stop loss here. And again, if it hits it, it hits it. If it doesn't, then it's cool. You know, I'm still in a very good position here. But the key thing I'm trying to get across here is that you just trade with some common sense, okay? Never trade because you're trying to recover. Always trade based on what you're seeing happening on the horse and what's happening elsewhere in the market, okay? Because then you can do this all day long. You can do this just like this all day long. And right now, if it hits my stop loss and I only get a 20p profit, I don't care because I'm in the green. I'm not losing, and that's the only thing that matters. You know, okay. No, I was going to say I can exit there, but I didn't. Okay, so there you can see I'm in a 22p profit so far. Okay, which is nothing, but it's totally fine because I'm in the green, and that's all I care about. But like I said, you know, I do feel this is going to come in because there's no real money coming in for the second favorite here as such. So I'm quite happy here right now to do the same again. Okay. I'm just going to basically do the same again. I'm just going to scalp out a few ticks here, just to see what happens. So you can see one from taken there already. And I'll probably just do the same again there. And basically what I'm looking for, I'm looking at the second favorite especially, because that was already the main influencer. And you can see here, you know, I made a mistake. I should have gone my guts. I should have entered there and not scalped out. I should have just entered, and that should have been it, but I didn't. So I'm just gonna get rid of these here for now. See, it's coming out again, but you can see this the second favorite is also coming in here, which is not ideal. You can see the second favorite, the favorite now has gone on a bit of a drift out, but and then it's coming back down again. Basically, follow the money. That's the name of the game. So at this point here, we're only 2 minutes left on the clock. I do feel it's probably going to settle around here. So again, I will just scalp out a few ticks here if I can. You can see again it's crossed over 6 here. So I'm going to put in a £30 stake here on the favourite with anticipation of it's going to come in a bit, because now this is across 6. The third favourite is starting to come in quite heavily, but that shouldn't really affect us too much. You can see it's been taken there. That's been taken as well. Get rid of these again. And you can see this one here is now across the 6 definitely. But only 1 minute on the clock now, so I'm not gonna back this anymore, because you know the last minute people were exiting their positions and stuff, and I would say this is more likely to drift now back up to 2.74 than it is anything else. So I might actually go with that gut feeling. See if I can scalp out a few ticks here on the lay side with the anticipation of that. Because obviously there's a lot of traders in this, and you know it's at the bottom of his range, and people are going to be exiting their positions to get out. So there usually is a little bit of a drift right towards the end. And again, it's gone against me. So again, at this point, I'm not going to start compounding this. I'm not going to add to it with the hope of offsetting my loss here. I could drag this down here just to try and just get out, but I'm quite happy to just let that ride. And I've got the live feeder as well, so they're not even loading yet. So I'm quite happy just to wait. There you go. That's been taken there now. And also now I'm in a position where I've got, if I let this go in play and the favourite wins, I win 2.34. And given the fact that it's such a short price favourite and a very small field, that's a reasonable chance, right? So I might just let this go in play. Or I can take the 80 pence profit, but this is one of the things where that's just down to you. You can either get nothing, or I can let this go in play and see if I can get some more profit out of this. So I might just do that.